Hey guys, and welcome back to Base Station DB. So quickly before this week's tournament, I'm just going to run over a few rule changes. This is in preparation for the big monthly tournaments that we will be starting on Saturday the 15th of November. I will be posting more details about that within the coming days and weeks, so stay tuned for that information. But yeah, basically, obviously at our place we shoot on one. We're going to be changing that this week to on shoot, so we're bringing in go shoot for this week. And also as well, usually if somebody self KOs without any contact, stuff like that, we usually just relaunch without there being any sort of penalty. The same with sort of other false launches and stuff like that. But this week we have introduced the warning system, so you get a warning for the first time you do it, and then the second time you do it, a point will be awarded to the opponent. Now, obviously, I do cut out the false launches just for the sake of the video, but there is one or two penalties that are basically given in this one. The footage of the actual penalty being given is in, but other than that, basically it's pretty much the same as usual. But yeah, basically I'm going to jump straight into this now, guys. This isn't the best week for me, I can't lie to you, so if you're tuning in just to see how I didn't do too great this week, but we do have a spicy final for you, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, I'm going to jump straight into the video now, guys. I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye. Okay, so starting things off, we have Dark Magician versus Villain of the Week to get us going. Yeah, basically we ran two tables this week, so the majority of the matches are on camera because we only had two judges, so basically one match per round was missed off the camera near enough, I think, anyway. So you should get the majority of the battles in here. But yeah, Dark Magician taking the early spin win as we go into the second blades here. The Viper versus the Wizard Rod, I believe, for this one. But the Wizard Rod hits a huge X dash and pockets Dark Magician to make it 2-1 as we go into the third blades now. Sword Drand versus Phoenix Wing. And we're underway now. Contact made early on. But a huge burst there sees Leslie take the points there, aka Dark Magician. So yeah, 3-2 now, he only needs the point. He goes with the Phoenix Wing this time, Dark Magician does, as Villain of the Week goes with the Wizard Rod. A very aggressive Wizard Rod. I'm not 100% sure what the bit is that it's on, but it's definitely not a common one for Wizard Rod. But yeah, the Rod is the one that gets pocketed on this one, and Dark Magician takes the win 5-2. Going into the second match, now we have Casper versus Vulcan Claw, Wizard Rod versus Phoenix Wing to get things started. And the match is underway, and a quick pocket from the Rod, even though the Rod went in pretty much just straight behind it, sees Casper take the 2-0 lead as we go into the second blades now. And a quick reply from Vulcan Claw sees it 2-2 now. As we go into the third blades, we got Rudder versus Phoenix Wing. Battle of the Phoenixes here. Phoenix Wing misses a few X dashes here, but manages to land the extreme, and Casper takes the victory 5-2. Now jumping into my first match, we have Ad the Impaler versus myself. As mentioned, we have the Silver Wolf versus the Cobalt Dragoon to start things off, and he manages to intercept any attempt I was trying to make a reverse X dash there early on. Very, very aggressive start from the Cobalt Dragoon, actually, almost knocking me into the pocket too. He has me very tilted at this point. Thankfully it isn't on elevate though, so I'm hoping so long as I stay away from him I may still be able to outspin him, although we know what Cobalt Dragoon is like. So I wasn't too confident at this stage. As you can see, I'm still heavily tilted, but I do manage to squeeze out the point there to make it 1-0. Going into the second blades now, I'll go with the Pegasus Blast, and the Impaler goes with the Silver Wolf. And a quick pocket from me there makes it 3-0. Almost home and dry. As we go into the mirror match now, I believe Adam's got it on stock, whereas I have it on 160 hexa. The problem is, though, Disc Ball can out-stamina me, so I really could do with knocking him into a pocket here if I want to win this particular rod off. Especially with the LAD that Disc Ball also has as well. As you can see, it looks like my blade's beginning to wear out already, so Adam may have his first point on the board. We'll just wait to see the result. Yeah, there we go. So Adam gets the first point now as we head into the reshuffle. After the reshuffle, I go with the Blast, and he goes with the Cobalt Dragoon.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
Still only need a point. The Pegasus Blast manages to withstand a few attacks. Again, it does, but the Cobalt Dragoon doesn't let up, and Adam ends up extreming me there and taking the win for free. So now we have you lagging versus Dark Magician for this one. And we're underway now. Contact made early on. The Blast trying its best to knock Dark Magician with the Tail Viper into the pocket, but he'll have to settle for the spin victory there. So Lagging takes a 1 point lead as we go into the second blades now. Sword Dran versus the Wizard Rod now. And a quick extreme from the Rod sees Lagging take the match 4-0. Yeah. Not too sure what's going on there. That's the strangest handshake I've seen of the day. But now we have Mr. Champs versus Villain of the Week. Young Mr. Champs going with the Incendio there, I believe.
3, 2, 1.
And Villain of the Week going with his regular Buster Dran, who gets a quick pocket on the young Mr. Champs to make it 2-0. We have a rod off now. I believe Mr. Champs has his on the 160 Rush variant. Couldn't tell you what Kane's got it on, but both of them are attacking rod builds. But yeah, Kane, aka Villain of the Week, takes the victory and beats a small child. So well done there, Villain of the Week. You lived up to your reputation. As we go into the next match now, we have Vulcan Claw versus myself. And the Blast gets sniped early on, and Vulcan Claw takes a 2-0 lead. As we go into the second blades now, Phoenix Wing versus Wizard Rod, I believe. Sorry, Phoenix Rudder versus Wizard Rod, my bad. We're underway here now, though. Neither blade managing to do anything mega exciting at this point, but the rudder is heavily tilted here. Wizard Rod holding strong. I should have my first point in this match. There we go, so it's 2-1 now. As we go into the third blades now. As you may have well heard there, I ended up picking up a warning for a false launch before this restart. Implementing the new rules there. Obviously I cut it out for the sake of, you don't really need to see every time that happens. But yeah, for a second there, my Silver Wolf was caught in between the rails and the back of the stadium. But Vulcan Claw becomes unbalanced now, and I pull it back to 2-2 now. So level pegging going into the reshuffle. After the reshuffle, Vulcan Claw goes with the Phoenix Wing, and I go with the Pegasus Blast. You got bursted in the last time this DC Metal, and it happened again. I noticed basically straight after this match that the 560 I was running it on is basically done for, so yeah, kind of just had to take that L there. I didn't use the Blast for the rest of the tournament. I think I switched out to Nightmare for the rest, but yeah, now we have the Impaler versus Lagging. Each of them look pretty tilted at this point, but the Blast hits the rail quite a few times, missing the mark, and it looks like he may have gassed himself out, so the Impaler takes the 1-0 lead. Going into the second base now. And we're underway here now. A couple X dashes from both blades here. It's going crazy. The rod gets knocked into the pocket for a second, but slides right back out, as it so often does, especially if it is on that 160 hexa build. But now it's 1-1 now, with Ulagan getting the spin win there as we go into the third blades. Nightmare versus Rod now. That beautiful blue coat Nightmare. I've got to try and get my hands on one of them myself, I think. As Nightmare is one of my favourite blades. A reason why is also the emblem for the channel logo. But yeah, the Nightmare puts in the shift there, knocking at the Impaler's blade out of the stadium, and now Ulagan only needs a point, going with the Wizard Rod on the reshuffle here to try and secure it. Can add the Impaler keep himself in this match and stop that Wizard Rod from taking that point that it so often does. The Silver Wolf does land an X dash, but it's not heavy enough to knock it anywhere near the pockets, and now the Wolf looks like it's starting to fade. This may well be Ulagan's match, and yeah, it is. Ulagan takes the match to 4-1 then. Now we're going to the next match. We have Dark Magician versus Vulcan Claw. Vulcan Claw enjoying himself dancing there as we go into the mirror match. Both of them using the Phoenix Wings here. As we get underway here, both Phoenix Wings throwing and missing X dashes, as neither blade really manages to land any sort of heavy contact. But yeah, the points go to Vulcan Claw there. We had to do a quick check. With them both being the same blade, it was pretty difficult to call that one. I think we have another situation here where both of them have gone with Tail Viper for this one too, so this will also be an interesting one. One of the two Tail Vipers ends up tilted, but manages to correct itself as we head into what looks like it may well be a stamina battle. Oh, maybe not. One of them does manage to get the pocket on the other, and it is Dark Magicians. So it is 2-2 now going into the third blade. Finally, we don't have a mirror match, so glad that both of these guys weren't running the exact same build. But yeah, a quick pocket there from Dark Magician in the third round sees him take the victory 4-2. Going into my match now against Mr. Champs, young Mr. Champs. As I start with the Nightmare, who lands a heavy hit early on against the Chain Incendio, but it's the Incendio that sends the Nightmare into the pocket in the end, so Mr. Champs is 2-0 up. Now we go into the second blades now. As we get underway here. An extreme there from the Wizard Rod though gives me the lead now, so it's 3-2 as we head into the third blades now, and it's Silver Wolf versus Wizard Rod. The Wizard Rod is on 160 rush though, so I'm confident I can get the spin win so long as I can stay away from it. But can Mr. Champ stop me from doing what I intend in this one? Apparently not. It gets the burst on me. It was almost an extreme, but you know, with that burst taking priority, but it's still enough for Mr. Champs to win the match 4-3. As I say, not the best night for me. As we go into the next round now, round 4 I believe, we have myself versus Casper, so yeah, I'm straight back on the table for this one. Wizard Rod versus Silver Wolf for this one, as I get caught in the top of the stadium again. I think that's the second time that's happened now, when I got caught behind the extreme rail in that little pocket. But yeah, we go into the boring part of the battle. I might as well let David Attenborough commentate the rest of this match.
Hoping to get the upper hand, but the Wolf has proven that he is not quite up to standard.
There you go, that was David Attenborough's opinion, but there we go, I got the first the first point in the match against young Casper there. As we go into the second blades now, Cobalt Dragoon versus Wizard Rod. As we get underway, a few heavy hits early on, the Rod holding strong, The Dragoon misses 3 or 4 X dashes there now, and I'm just hoping I can stay away from him enough now to just see out the spin win here. Both blades are coming to a stop, but it is me that holds on. It is now 2-0 to me. Going into the third blades now, Nightmare versus Phoenix Wing. Can I actually get a win on the board here? Top cut is definitely not looking like it's going to happen today, but I do actually manage to win a match, and relatively convincingly as well. So yeah, I'm not total trash, honest. Going into the next match now, we have Vulcan Claw versus Mr. Champs. And we get underway here, and the rudder takes a huge burst, and Mr. Champs takes the 2-0 lead. Going into the second blades now. Rod versus Night Shield now. And a quick extreme from Mr. Champs sees him take the victory there, 5-0. Going into the next match now, we have Villain of the Week versus You Lagging. They both had to do rock, paper, scissors here for the side of the stadium they wanted, as they decided they had to fight over it. I don't think Villain of the Week even really cared, he just wanted to spite You Lagging there. But yeah, we get the match underway here now. Buster Dran versus Pegasus Blast. Pretty sure the Buster Dram was in that pocket for a second, so that may have saved him a point at least, but it is the Blast that has the stamina, and You Lagging takes a 1-0 lead. Going into the second blades now, we have a rod off. One of them a more passive rod, the other one a little more aggressive, Villain of the Week's one. So clearly one's going to be trying to knock the other out, while the other's just going to try and stay away from the other. It looks like Villain of the Week's rod though is wasting its stamina on that X-Rail, as it misses the target on quite a few occasions there. It does look like it is the one blade that is going to tire first, and yeah, You Lagging makes it 2-0 now. Going into the third blades, we have the Sword Dran versus I can't recall actually what You Lagging was running there. Oh yeah, it was the Nightmare, my bad. And the Nightmare gets the pocket, quick time, and You Lagging beats Villain of the Week 4-0. Now going into the next match, we have Dark Magician versus Ad the Impaler. The Cobalt Dragoon versus the Sword Dran, I believe, for this one. As we get underway early on, some aggressive hits, but it looks like Ad the Impaler takes the 2-0 lead with the pocket there. Going into the next blades, we have the Tail Viper versus the Silver Wolf. As we get underway here, and a quick extreme from the Tail Viper makes it 3-2. Dark Magician spinning the match on its head. As we go into the next blades, Phoenix Wing versus Wizard Rod now. Dark Magician only needing a point, and Adam needing at least 2 points here at the Impaler, or at least a spin win to take this to a reshuffle. It's the Phoenix that's heavily tilted here, there, as it looks like it's about to become 3-3, and we head into the reshuffle. Very competitive match this one. Who's going to take the win though? Ad the Impaler goes with the Cobalt Dragoon, as Dark Magician goes with the Phoenix Wing.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
As we get underway here now, both blades flying around the stadium trying to land that lethal blow. The Cobalt Dragoon ends up skipping over the top of the Phoenix Wing for a second there. The Cobalt Dragoon, it looks like it's being knocked pillar to post, but both blades could go at this either. And just like in real time, there was no actual real difference with who finished first and who outspanned the other one, so we decided to reshoot this one, but this one's over a lot quicker, and Dark Magician takes the victory with the extreme finish to make it 6-3. Going into the next round, we have Dark Magician versus Mr. Champs. As we get underway now, the Tail Viper against the Chain Incendio. Either blade managing to land any major hits so far, but it looks like the Tail Viper is very tilted there, and yeah, Mr. Champs takes the 1-0 lead there with the spin win. So we go into the next blades now. Wizard Rod versus Sword Drum. And we get this one underway here. The Wizard Rod's very tilted. There was a very heavily tilted launch by Mr. Champs. I'm wondering if he was trying to go for the ratchet snipe. He may have to settle for the spin win though, as he makes it 2-0 now, going into the third blades. And Phoenix Wing against Wizard Arrow. A rather obscure choice from Mr. Champs, but we won't question it. But it does get extreme there by the Phoenix, so it's 3-2 to Leslie, who's done this all day, coming from behind to get the extreme, to at least make it interesting. But I think he's managed to win most of his matches after that. But yeah, he gets another extreme, and Leslie takes the victory 6-2. At the Impaler versus Vulcan Claw for this one, we have the Phoenix Wing and what I believe to be the Cobalt Dragoon. And a quick pocket early on sees that the Impaler take the 2-0 lead. Going into the second blades now, we have the Tail Viper versus the Silver Wolf.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
As we get underway here, the Silver Wolf very aggressive starts their match here, looking to knock the Tail Viper out. The Tail Viper's holding strong up until that point at least, where the burst comes in, and the Impaler takes the victory 4-0. Alright, next up we have myself versus Villain of the Week. Can I get another win on the board at this point? I've only got the one up to the stage, so, you know, could do at least one more. Definitely not making top cut though. I can guarantee you that. I was there. As we get underway here, the Buster Duran versus the Silver Wolf here. The Buster Duran not managing to land anything major. It seems to be bouncing around the stadium there. Not too sure what Villain of the Week did with his launch there. As my Silver Wolf just seems to be dodging all of that, as I take the spin win. Going into the second blades now, we have a rod off.
Ready, set. 3, 2, 1, go shoot.
As we get underway here now, and a quick pocket there for me. After a small little bit of contact, makes it 3-0 going into the next round. As we have the Nightmare versus the Sword Duran, and he gets the pocket on me there, so it's 3-2. Silver Wolf versus Wizard Rod now. I only need that point, so out comes the Wolf on the free ball. As both blades dance around one another, neither landing anything so far really. Although the Rod is trying its hardest, but the Silver Wolf is holding strong so far.
Come on, you got this. Come on, Wizard. Come on, my boy.
Although it seems to be gassing itself out now, the Wizard Rod. The Silver Wolf holds strong in the end, and I take my second win of the tournament, 4-2. Will I get any more though? Let's find out. We got Ulagin and Vulcan Claw for this one, as we go into the first battle, Night Shield versus Pegasus Blast. So we get underway early on here, heavy hit from the Pegasus Blast, a few X dashes, one missing, one hit in the mark, but not clean enough as the Night Shield tries to hit one of its own, and now the Pegasus Blast just circles its prey. Also, we think which one of them will outstamina the other, who will outspin who. It's actually the Night Shield, so it's 1-0 to Vulcan Claw as we go into the second blades now. Phoenix Wing versus Wizard Rod. As we get underway now, Phoenix Wing knocks the rod into the extreme rail. As it lands another extreme dash, the rod gets pocketed for a second but comes back out, and the Phoenix Wing now looks like it's about to tire, and Ulagin level swings up now. It is 1-1 going into the third blades. As we get going here, I believe it's the Viper now versus the Nightmare. As the Tail Viper gets a huge extreme, and Vulcan Claw wins his match 4-1. Going into the next match now, we have Casper versus Mr. Champs, two of the younger competitors.
3, 2,
So we get underway here now. The Chain Incendio versus the Phoenix Wing. But yeah, the spin win goes to Casper there, even though he ended up getting pocketed for a slight second there. And we go into the second blades now. And we've got the Buster versus the Rod now. So both blades go flying around the stadium. Both of them on an aggressive build. But if it does come down to the stamina, you'd imagine it would still favour Rod, as Mr. Champs makes it 1-1. Going into the third blades now. Wizard Arrow against the Wizard Rod, but yeah, basically this is me awarding a point now to Mr. Champs for a second false launch from Casper. He did hit the shroud, so yeah, that plus another false launch gives Mr. Champs a point lead there. Yeah, the same thing happens again as well, so I basically decide to skip to the next blade and award another point to Mr. Champs. So Casper does give Mr. Champs 2 points there through false launches. As we tighten up the rules now, it does make things a little bit harder, maybe even a tad a little bit. Not so much unfair, but just unfortunate, as Mr. Champs takes the victory in the end. As we go into the next match now, we have Villain of the Week and Ab the Impaler. As I make sure Villain of the Week is not doing any of his evil shenanigans.
3, 2, 1, go shoot!
We're underway now. The Buster Dran and the Cobalt Dragoon. The Buster Dran again, heavily tilted and bouncing around. Don't really know what's going on there for Villain of the Week. But Ad the Impaler takes the 2-0 lead as we go into the second blades. Ad the Impaler with the Silver Wolf on this one, and Villain of the Week with the Wizard Rod. A matchup we've seen far too often in recent weeks. But Villain of the Week gets the extreme there to flip the match on its head. And he celebrates with, I don't know what kind of dance that was. But yeah, we got Wizard Rod now versus Sword Dran. Villain of the Week only needs a point here, and the Impaler could do with more than that. As the Rod tries early on to get the pocket, but it's the Sword Dran that puts itself in the pocket in the end. Being as there's contact, Adam takes the victory, and Villain of the Week falls and dies. Okay, dokie, going into my match now with Dark Magician. And I got the Nightmare versus the Tail Viper, and I get a quick pocket there on Dark Magician to make it 2-0. Going into the next blades now, we got the Phoenix versus the Rod. As we get underway there, aggressive start from the Rod, but I end up pocketing myself, and Dark Magician takes, draws it back to 2-2, I should say. Now we're going to the third blades. And it is the Sword Dran against the Wolf, and he manages to pocket me, and my run of bad form continues. As we go into the semi-finals now, though, we have Mr. Champs versus you Lagging. This is Mr. Champs' second or third top cut appearance now. He's 1-1, and I know he came second in another. Can he get to the top of the leaderboard this week with a victory, or will you lag in? Send him home crying. I wonder. Let's find out. It does look like you lagging is lagging a bit here, though, as Mr. Champs takes the 1-0 lead. Going into the second blades now, we have a Rod off. Mr. Champs with the green rod, and you lagging with the yellow one. As we get underway now, the green rod trying to hit the X dash on a few occasions, but misses the mark. Unless he can get the pocket, you'd imagine you lagging's more stamina type variant will take the point here. As we come to a close, and it is now 1-1. Going into the next blades, we have the Wizard Arrow against the Nightmare now. As we get underway here now, Both blades just circling now. The Nightmare looking to land an attack here, although none have been effective so far. Will this one come down to a stamina victory, or will somebody get a little cheeky tap into the pocket late into this one? It looks like the arrow is going first here though, and Ulaggin takes the point. Going into the reshuffle now, we have Pegasus Blast versus Wizard Rod.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
As we get underway now, both blades racing around the stadium, but the Pegasus Blast goes for the trip into the pocket, and Mr. Champs takes the lead again now. Going into the next blades now, we have the Incendio versus the Wizard Rod, the old Stamina King versus the new Stamina King. Which one can do it here? It's an aggressive start for these blades, I must admit though. But we expect the Rod to win this one, or at least usually we do, but the burst comes in and Mr. Champs now extends his lead to 5-2. Going into the next blade, Wizard Arrow versus Nightmare.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
As we get underway here, the Nightmare trying its best to do a bit of catch up here for Ulaggin, who is lagging in this semi-final. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. As it looks like the Nightmare's about to tie first here, Mr. Champs makes it 6-2. He only needs a point now to book his place in the final. As we go into the rod off now,
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
and we're underway again now. Both rods out for this one. And a quick pocket though from the more defensive type of the two C's. Ulaggin draw 2 points back to make it 6-4, to make this semi-final a little bit more interesting.
3, 2,
Being beaten by young Mr. Champs over there. But the Pegasus Blast is being knocked about here for a heavy boy. That's a little unexpected. It's kind of top heavy. But Mr. Champs does get the spin win and makes his way to the final. Now, going into the next battle, we have Anthony Impaler versus Dark Magician in our second semi-final.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
And as we get underway here now, both blades flying around the stadium. Neither landing a lethal blow so far though, but it is the Phoenix that went in first, so it is 2-0 to Anthony Impaler as we go into our second Beyblades. Cobalt Dragoon versus the Tail Viper here.
Latest set. 3, 2, 1, go shoot.
And as we get underway here, and a quick cheeky tap into the pocket makes it 2-2 for Dark Magician now. As we go into the third blades, level at this point. Not the bit, the scoreline. As we get underway now, it's the Sword Dran versus the Wizard Rod, and a quick pocket from the Wizard Rod sees Anthony Impaler restore his lead. Going into the next blades after the reshuffle now, we've got the Tail Viper versus the Silver Wolf.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
And we're underway here, contact made early on, then the Silver Wolf lands a huge extreme dash and Anthony Impaler wins to make his way into the final.
This is the final, father versus son at the Impaler.
And yeah, the final is father versus son here, so
When you are ready,
you know,
feel your first place.
you expect Adam to be winning this one, but can Mr. Champs do it?
Latest set.
Can he beat his dad? Let's find out right here as we get underway with the first blades now. Chain Incendio versus Silver Wolf, as the Incendio tries its best to knock the wolf in, but ends up going into the pocket himself, and the Impaler takes a 2-0 lead against his son. Coming into the second blades now.
3, 2, 1, go shoot.
So we get going here now, both blades flying around the stadium. That green Wizard Rod trying to knock Adam into the extreme area there, but it looks like it might come to a stamina finish now in favour of the Dragoon, by the looks of it. No, I'm wrong, it's the Rod in the end, so it's 2-1 now Mr. Champs has a point on the board now as we go into the next battle. Wizard Rod versus Arrow Wizard. The battle of the wizards. As we get underway now. And a huge burst sees Mr. Champs take the lead for the first time in this final. As we now go into the reshuffle. As we go for the Silver Wolf versus the Wizard Rod. Get underway in a quick pocket there. Makes it 5-2 to Mr. Champs, and he only needs 2 points now to beat his father and embarrass his dad, who I can imagine won't take this too gratefully. I mean, he might take it graciously towards, but we know deep down it must hurt. But Ad the Impaler gets one back, so it's 5-all now. So it's become an interesting final in the end. We did think it may well have been a walk in the park for father, but the son is teaching his dad a lesson here, especially there with the burst in the end, and Mr. Champs scores his dad to take the victory. Mr. Champs is our winner of this particular week and makes it to his second victory now at locals, so congratulations to Mr. Champs. And let's get a few words from Ad the Impaler.
How does it feel to be schooled by your own son?
I mean, I did this, you know.
You could take credit for this. Yeah, you could take credit.
I created a winner. Only winners create winners.
Alright guys, we're going to sign out there. Take it easy.
And there you have it, guys. So this week's winner is Mr. Champs, aka Young Harrison. So congratulations to him on this particular week, beating his father in the final. Completely schooling his dad there in the end. So yeah, well done to him. I believe it's his second tournament win now. But yeah, as I mentioned, wasn't the greatest week for me. I need to get some practice in by the looks of it instead of spending all this time editing these videos. But that aside, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.